Hey guys, Miss V Gonzalez here again with Poster My Wall 2.0, the hands-on edition. Now, I had already previously provided a Poster My Wall tutorial, but I feel like I didn't do it justice because the more I played with it, the more things I learned and the little cool features that it has that I felt like, gosh, if only I would have known this beforehand. And also, the one before was a lot of like, look what this can do type of thing, show and tell type of tutorial. And I'm not really down with those kind. I like the hands-on type where you guys get to actually, at the end of it, have a resource for yourself. So that's the whole point of this follow-up session, provided, of course, by La Jolla ISD and our technology department. If you're watching, thank you guys. If you haven't seen my first one, I do recommend watching it, but it doesn't mean that you can't watch this one and still be able to follow along. So with that said, some objectives is to learn Poster My Wall, but this time around, actually do a hands-on session where you guys create a resource. It's not just going to be saying, hey, it can do this and it can do this and it can do this. It's going to be like, okay, let's actually get our hands dirty and let's do this. When it comes to devices, this is my recommendation always for all of my hands-on tutorials. Have a secondary screen, guys. Find this video on either on the La Jolla ISD webpage or on my YouTube channel, Mrs. Talk Techie, and play it on a secondary screen so that you can pause and play at your convenience. So let's say we started doing something, but you feel like, hey, I want to customize it a little bit more, or I got stuck, I need a little bit more time. Then you press pause on it, you take your time, and then press play, and then you can continue. So that's my recommendation. What do you need to work on this hands-on session? It can work on a laptop, and it can work on an iPad. This is what I recommend. What do you feel comfortable working with? And go with that, all right? So, are we ready? Because we're getting started. This is what I want from you guys. Press pause, find your secondary screen, open up this tutorial, go to postermywall.com, wherever you're gonna be working on your device, and then press play and we'll get started. All right. All right, guys, the first resource we're gonna create is gonna be a newsletter for our school. All right, because I want you guys to kind of mess with all the different features that are available, and then we're going to create a tailored one that meets your instruction or your job, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to search newsletters. And I typed in newsletter, and you're going to get so many different newsletters. I do want to give you a disclaimer right now before we get started. I love working off the iPad. It's a lot easier for me to edit on the iPad because I'm just so used to it. But it's just a matter of figuring out, okay, this is how you edit certain things, and then you'll get the hang of it. And you'll see what I mean in a bit. So these are all the newsletters that are available, guys, and they're all customizable. What that means is, let's say I really like this one, but I'm doing one for February. You can easily change the green to a pink or a red or something like that. Everything you see on it can be customized. That's what I love about it. It'll actually take you a lot longer figuring out the one you want versus actually completing it and getting it customized and tailored for your project. So anyways, you can search for February, a month, something like that. But in this case, I want to pick a simple one. We're going to go with this one. So if it doesn't immediately come out, you can search by designer and type out David Watson, and you're going to see all his work. You can even type out David Watson newsletter, and it'll come up. But it should be there, one of the first ones, guys. So after this, I want you guys to click Customize Template. And it's going to load it for you, and you're going to be in the editing page. So here we are to edit this newsletter that we're about to create. And I'm just going to go over a couple of things here and there just so that you kind of get the hang of how it all works. The very first thing is, like I mentioned, all colors can be customized. So let's say our school colors are red, black, white, gray. So I'm going to click on it, right? And I'm going to go to color over here. Notice on, I believe in your view, it'll be on this side if I'm correct. And you're going to go to that orange color and you're going to change it to the color that you guys want. So I want a red color. So I'm going to find that red that I want. Perfect. All right. One thing I want you to keep in mind that when you're working on on your laptop or desktop, the selection feature, when you see this little hand hovering over, that means you've selected it all and you're going to move it all. Okay? If you don't see the little hand feature and you do something like this, how can I explain it? If you do something like this, you won't be able to move it. See how I ended up moving something else? See, if you start pulling these corners, these squares, it's just going to resize everything for you. You want to wait till you get the actual little cursor with the hand. Just a little FYI, guys. In addition, if you go to the menu bar, you can change the alignment right here. You can change the line height, the letter spacing. This will come in handy, guys. The space between the letters. If you want it to end up fitting somewhere, you can make it less, or you want to make it longer and fit the whole thing, you can add space in between. Do you want the space behind it, behind the letters, to have color? Here we go. Or do you want to add a drop shadow? Like I'd love to add a drop shadow here. So I want everybody to go ahead and go here. If you don't see this, it's because you haven't selected that text. This menu bar changes based on what you've selected. For example, if I click on the image, now this menu bar that you see on your right-hand side has changed to now edit and format the picture. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that saves a lot of headaches. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to select newsletter, and it's going to change it to format my text on that newsletter. I want to add a shadow. So right now it doesn't have a shadow. So I'm going to go and I want a strong shadow. There we go. I love that. Perfect. Beautiful. All I did was click on strong shadow. The other thing that you can do is if you don't want it to mess around anymore, which I like to do a lot, is I like to lock it in place. So now it's locked in place. So even if I tried, I can't move it. So I'm clicking and I'm trying to move it and it won't move. I like that feature. So I hope everybody was able to do that. Let's mess around a little bit more with colors. This block right here, I'm going to change it to black. So I'm going to click here and black. I hope that's black. And then it has another little section here, so that one I want it black as well. There we go. Now the orange that I have there, I want them to be a gray. Of course, you don't have to follow my colors. It's up to you what colors you want to kind of mess with, but kind of customize them. So I want, that gray is too light. So I want a little bit of a darker gray. Yeah, I like that gray. So here, I want you guys to look at this next. So what if I unclicked it? Now, how do I make sure I get that same exact color? I'm going to go ahead and click on this box again. I'm going to go to color, but look, pick from design. I'm going to click on this dropper. I'm going to click here. And now it shows that same exact color that I used. I love that feature. So again, I'm going to practice, guys. I'm going to click on this third box. Going to go to color. I'm going to use that dropper. And I'm going to pick that gray color. And there you go. I'm going to go ahead and do the same for this side right here. But I'm going to choose red. I want this to be red. So here's my red that I already have. Red. Should I do black instead? Maybe I should have done black. Oh, well. So there's my red. Now, of course, here we could add our title, maybe our name of our school. So this is the name of my school. I'm gonna highlight it all. And I'm gonna type, it's not letting me, J.D. Salinas, MS. And then, of course, you can issue the number, the month, all that. Let's get started with the actual picture here. Now, we can add whatever picture you have saved. You might have a picture saved on your iPad, on your camera roll. You might have one on your computer saved as well. All right. It's up to you what kind of picture, depending on what the newsletter is about. But you can easily change, replace the photo here, and you can upload your own photo. You can use some of the stock photos that are available also, or if you have photos on your Google Drive as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use a stock photo, and I'm just going to put school. And I want you guys to look at this. If I use the Getty images, then they're going to end up charging me, wanting payment when it comes to downloading it. So I'm going to go to the free versions. So I kind of like Pixabay the best. So I'm going to search under Pixabay, and I'm just going to find something. I like that one, and I'm going to, just so that you guys can get the idea of how it all works. It's always going to ask you to crop so that it fits the newsletter. You don't have to worry about the crop because it's going to do it for you. The only difference is, do you want it to highlight a specific part? Like, let's say I want it to show this part right here, or I want it to show this part right here. So it's up to you. So crop, perfect. It's doing all my work for me. So now we know about how to add an image there. Now going back, I'm going to click on the image. You can replace the image as well here, just like I did it. If I clicked on it earlier, it asked me if I could replace it, or you can click on it and over here the menu bar changes to it. Mask, guys, mask is when you take an image and you shape it into a certain shape. So let's say I want it to be a circle instead. I can mask it into a circle. And so this is going to get me into more editing tools. And if I want this to be a circle, or if I want to outline it and just have their little faces there, those are things I can use. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. Do I want to crop it? Do I want to add some effects to the image, such as the edge? Here on none, I can say I want some scratched effect or a torn paper effect. You see how that changes? Maybe I want a scratched effect. So it's up to you what you want. Remember, guys, press pause if you want to navigate and explore a little bit more of that. Okay, that's the beauty of these pre-recorded PD sessions. So anyways, that was our image. Those are all the ones you can mess with. You can lock it in place if you don't want to be messing with it as you're trying to edit all the other stuff as well. I like to lock my stuff in place. So let's go ahead and let's talk about, okay, if I'm creating a newsletter, what am I going to include? Well, who has something to say? Who has information to share? Let's say that our counselors have something to say. So here, I'm going to click and I'm going to put counseling corner, right? So this is where your counselors can put important information like registration dates and graduation information, anything that the counselors have to disseminate, maybe even their hours of work as well, so of counseling services. In addition, let's move on. Let's talk about the librarian. So let's say, let's double click here, librarian or library. I'm just gonna put library. So what I want to show you next, I actually really liked. If you've already created something on Poster My Wall and you have it saved, you can actually link it here. And let me show you how to do it. And this kind of like blew my mind. So let me show you. I'm going to get rid of this text box. And then I'm going to make sure that this is saved, guys. So I'm going to save this project. And make sure that you created an account as well. And I talked about that in my first video. So it's saved under my stuff. So I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to go back to Poster My Wall. And I'm going to go to some work that I had. The librarian wants you to know that it's going to be Dr. Seuss week. She's actually already created this, right? And she wants you to know that on Monday we're going to be wearing this, and on Tuesday this, and so on and so forth. Guess what we can do with this, guys? And I'm really nerdy about this, so I really like this feature. I'm going to right-click this, and I'm going to copy image address. copy image address. And I want to show you something. If you copy an image address to an image that is online, anything online has a URL, okay? Anything online has a link. So any image you have. So I'm going to create a new tab. I just want to show you what it can do. And I'm going to copy and paste that URL. There's that image, guys. Now, if I have a link to an image, I can create a QR code to that image. So if you have something on your drive, like a PDF, counselors, you have a PDF already made, you can get a link out of that, right? That means, what can we do with that? We can make a QR code, guys. So I'm going to jump over to the QR code generator. I like this one. This one's my favorite. And if I'm going too fast, the cool thing is these are pre-recorded. You can always come back to it and you can pause me, right? And say, stoppy, you're going too fast. So here, instead of free text, I'm going to make sure that I'm under URL. And I'm going to paste Control V on my laptop. If you're on your iPad, you can keep it pressed a little or double tap and you'll get those features. And I don't know if you noticed, but as soon as I press that, the code here adjusted, and now that code is to that Dr. Seuss. So I want to show you because I'm super nerdy like that, and I like that. That kind of stuff gets me excited. Anyways, here it is, guys. So that gets me super, super excited. I love that feature. Now, this is what we're going to do next. We're going to right click and save this image as an image, right? Now it's under my downloads. I'm going to jump back to my projects. I'm going to go to the designs that I was working on. Here it is. I'm going to edit. See? Clicked on edit. And now I'm going to upload that QR code. So I'm going to go to Photos, add from my photos, upload a photo. I'm going to go to my downloads, and there's my photo. Excuse all my selfies. And then I'm going to kind of resize. And guess what I have? I have a QR code that now, when we send this out, they can scan this QR code and they can see what the upcoming week in this month is Dr. Seuss, and for a whole week we're going to be celebrating, and this is what you can be using on that week of celebration. Isn't that neat, guys? Isn't that amazing? Now, I used a poster on my wall we had already created. You can easily do this if you create something, you have it saved on your drive, you can get that shareable link, go to the QR code generator and make that QR code. What do y'all think? Awesome, right? All right. So let's say for whatever reason, we want our kiddos to watch a video on YouTube. We want to take them directly to that video, and we want them to start the video at a specific time, right? So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to click here and put YouTube, right? I'm going to remove this right here, and I'm going to take it to YouTube. And let's say Ms. B. Gonzalez has a history video that she wants the kiddos to watch, but she wants them to start watching it right at this point, right? Right where she has that amazing face. She wants them to start right at minute 156. So once you find, guys, on YouTube, once you find that exact minute you want the kids to start, you can click on this share button, and it has this feature here, start at 156. So if I click on this and then I copy this link, that means whoever gets this link, the video is going to start right at that point. I love that. Did you guys get that? So again, if I try to get the link from up here, the URL, it's going to give me from the beginning. I want my kids to start right at 2 minutes or 1 minute 56 seconds. So I moved it to where I wanted it. I press pause. I'm going to click on share. I'm going to click this little button, and then I'm going to click on copy. Now, this link is way too long for my kiddos to type out, right? And I want to include it there. I can do one of two things. I can add a QR code, or I can add a shortened link. I'm going to show you how to do a shortened link. bit.ly is where we're going to go right here. It's bit.ly, and this is my bit.ly account. You can create a free account, and basically it creates shortened URLs. So I'm going to show you really quick how to create one. Remember that I have that URL copied on my clipboard. So once you create a an account, I'm going to create here. I'm going to paste the long URL, and it's automatically doing all this. Now here it has that shortened URL. I still think it's too long and too confusing with lowercase and uppercase. So I'm going to want to change that in a little bit. So first I want to add a title, and this is for history video. I'm just going to put that, history video. But I want to change the back half because I think my kids are still going to get too confused. I want to make it really easy. And so I'm going to put history, and it's on 18, what was it on? I forgot. Dred Scott, 1857. So I'm going to put history, all caps, 1857. Now I'm going to click on save. It's available. And now I'm going to copy this bit.ly that I've created, this link to the YouTube video that starts at a specific time frame. And I'm going to go back to poster my wall. And here I'm going to insert text. And I'm going to add plain text. And now that I did that, here it is. I'm just going to move it over. And I'm going to double click and select all. And I'm pasting my URL. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that it fits in there. So I'm going to make it maybe 20 and there. I know it's really short, guys. I mean really short, really small. But just for the sake of you get the point kind of thing, you guys get the point, right? So anyways, so now I have my shortened bit.ly. The kids actually don't have to type HTTPS. Did I put too many T's? It's a little late already, guys. So anyways, they don't actually have to type all that. They can just type a bit.ly /history 1857. And of course, we can add some text there. Your teacher would like for you to watch this video to prepare you for your common-based assessment coming up. And then, of course, here we can fix this and add some text here and so on and so forth. But this would be your newsletter, something from your counselor, from your librarian, from a teacher. Maybe this could be from your principal, a note from your principal, a message from your principal, whatever you'd like. Now, after this, guys, I do recommend you making sure that we save this. And now it's saved to your stuff. But you can also download it, especially if you're going to want to print this out, guys. So I'm going to click on download. Remember that we're under the free version. So the free version is going to have a little bit of a watermark. It's not a big deal. I'm going to show you how it looks right now. If you want to get rid of the watermark, you can pay $2.99 to get it. High resolution, $7.99. Or you can actually get a subscription and you can pay like a yearly fee. But I'm okay with the free one. So I'm going to go ahead and click on download. And it's going to my downloads. And I'm going to want to show it to you right now, just so that you see what I mean by the watermark. So here I'm going. And guys, it's so hard to see. If you go to the bottom section, it says made with postermywall.com. That's it. That's the watermark. That's how small it is. It's not plastered over the whole thing. But there's my resource, guys. It's a newsletter. What did you guys think? Super easy to use. It's about how innovative can we get when we create these, basically a comprehensive resource, which leads me to my next one. And I'm going to show you guys on our next one. I'm going to give you a little bit of a task for your next resource. So I'm going to take you over to our presentation. Alrighty, guys. So for our next task and our final task, I want you guys, and I want to challenge you guys, and I want to see it, to create your own project based on whatever it is that your role is in the education field. So if you are a counselor, if you are a nurse, if you are a teacher, if you are clerical staff, I want to challenge you to create a project here on Poster My Wall. And I want to see these things. An image, right, having to do with our school or your school, whatever it has to, your project has to do with. A YouTube video. So if you want that YouTube video to be a QR code or a link, it's up to you. So that'll actually be part of the shortened link or the QR code. But I want you to include a link, a QR code, a YouTube video from one of those. And at the end, guys, I want you to share it with me. Now, let me give you a little example. If I'm a math teacher, I'm going to include perhaps a YouTube video on a concept that I'm teaching. Maybe one of the images has to do with an anchor chart. Maybe I created an anchor chart on a paper and I took a picture and I'm going to upload it there, right? So the possibilities are really endless. It's up to you how innovative you can get. If you have questions, if you want help, guys, reach out to me. I would love to see all of your work displayed. Shout it out, guys. I want to see, this is what fuels me, the fact that I know that I'm helping people out. I want to see your work. So I challenge you to create this next resource, post it on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever you want, and tag us, guys. Tag me. My handle is Mrs. Talk Techie. You can tag La Jolla ISD as well. But create that resource. Think about making it comprehensive. Everything they need to know about a certain concept. Everything if you're a counselor, everything they need to know about graduation guidelines and requirements. All right. Again, you can add a comment on YouTube and I will answer them. Or you can reach out to me in any platform. I'm available under Mrs. Talk Techie. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Thanks.